The primary risk of selling short-term options, we're going to run out of time here. The strong selling point of shorter-term options is their premium depreciates much faster in the final days of expiration cycle due to the higher theta. We're going to show you some interesting stuff here, Bat. The average premium decay per day for weekly options is much higher for the 45-day options, indicating a greater potential return over the long term if we keep trading them. So you can see here the 45-day premium and the 7-day premium, the average duration, in this case, holding them to expiration, and then the premium decay per day. And you can see the 7 days, you have a much higher decay per day, almost 3 times as high. In a high IV market, these short-term options appear even more attractive. So the premium in all markets is 4 and 12, the $4 a day for the 45-day, 12 for the 7 days. But then it goes up to 12 and then 39. So when IV is over 25, the stuff explodes. Everything else remaining equal. The premium just goes up dramatically.
Tell me about yesteryear, Daddy. Tell me about yesteryear in this high.
Tell me the days of high implied volatility.
Yes. Preach.
Sure, we got that. There's always an however. There's always, remember who's the person in this network that said for every gimme there's a gotcha?
That would be Mr. Monday, Jim Schultz.
Mr. Monday. Okay. However, there are some critical gotchas, some downsides to using shorter term options, such as weekly and 0DT options. The cumulative losses can be larger during consecutive losing days or weeks, and the mechanics designed to reduce volatility and losses, such as exiting early, may not work as effectively. Here's an example. Even though the single loss appears smaller for weekly options, they carry the potential risk of experiencing multiple consecutive losses over the same duration. This is especially risky in one-sided markets, such as those seen in the down moves of 2008 and 2020, or more recently in the straight-up moves. Additionally, weekly options underperform 45-day options on multiple fronts. And what you can see here is the buying power required is higher for the 7 days. The win rate is lower. The daily P&L is lower, and the largest loss, although it seems smaller, it's only for 7 days. So if you multiply that largest loss by 3 times, that's only 21 days of time versus 45. I'm just saying that it's actually much larger than it seems. That's why it's highlighted in red. So number 2, proactive management does not improve the performance of short-term options as effectively as it does with their long-term counterparts. It is way easier to manage a 45-day trade than it is to manage a 7-day trade. So the overall performance is significantly worse. And you can see here we showed, first of all, the win rate drops. Second of all, the daily P&L, when you exit at 3 days on the 7 days, drops all the way down to 38 cents. And the largest loss for just that 3 days is extremely high relative to the 21 days and the 7 days. Mm-hmm. It's just pointing out that it's not all easy. It makes it much more difficult. Yes, you can experience some outsized returns, and yes, you can experience some very short-term gains, and it can make you feel really good about trading. But the reality of it is, longer term, it's much more challenging. Those short-term option strategies have higher potential profitability. That's the good news. Their performance might not be as attractive as it seems due to higher volatility and greater losses over the same period of time. If we're truly comparing apples to apples. So these short-term options are highly susceptible to strong directional moves, making them difficult to manage effectively, such as by exiting early before expiration. The whole key with short-term options is nothing happens. If you can tell me when nothing's going to happen, short-term options are super easy and they're very rewarding. When something happens, and this is especially in low volatility like yesterday, low volatility, huge move up in the end of the day, same the day before, there's no way to defend those moves. You're just trapped like a rat.
You're stuck. Yes.
Yeah, you're trapped like a rat.